What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. It is the 11th day of August, and here we are at $121.7 thousand, some of the highest prices we've ever seen in Bitcoin's history as a whole. Here we are with 20 hours, 17 minutes left in the day. Off to a good start on Mondays. You know, sometimes Mondays do have these little pumps, and then we dump going into the end of the day. The fact that the day has erupted this much so far, and we've only got, we're not even 4 hours into the day, does make me a bit skeptical. We could come down and see the day close, much like we did on Saturday there. But that doesn't mean that it has to stop us, right? I mean, maybe it stops us momentarily. We consolidate in this area, and then we move up. But I do believe that this is the beginning of more good things to come. As we move higher, the odds of us going lower at all, just they go away. I really was anticipating that we'd pull back. If we look at a high to a low here, we were at the golden ratio zone. I was anticipating a pullback to the 0.5 to the 382. I'm surprised we didn't get that. But sometimes in rather robust moves, you do robust things. And again, statistically speaking, it is very improbable to break through the golden ratio on the first attempt. Typically, whenever you see these diagonal lines, what happens is you'll break just above it like this, and then you'll come down and find support somewhere on the line or even just back below the line, and then you'll move up. So a little bit unorthodox behavior, but very bullish behavior nonetheless. I will say, and just to put us on not red alert, but like a yellow alert, when you do break through the golden ratio on the first attempt, typically, and again, typically doesn't mean this has to happen, but typically you do get some intense volatility. If you go to the 786, you can expect to go back to the 236. If you go to the 886, you can expect to go back to the 382. So even if, I mean, from here, and it might seem crazy right now because we're sitting on top of the mountain, but 121.6K now, Bitcoin could go all the way down to 116K, 117.4K, somewhere in this area here, and it's still fine. It's still totally fine. It would be a higher low overall, just a little bit of standard volatility with a explosive move like this. You're going to get a little bit of a more explosive pullback, but that doesn't mean it has to happen. Again, that doesn't mean it has to happen. If we're looking at this on the BTC USDT chart, Binance here, the highest volume chart with the highest volume crypto exchange in the world, we didn't really get a lot of volume yesterday. I mean, it was about standard average volume, and it was more volume than we'd seen really since Friday, August 1st, but it wasn't a whole lot of volume. And here we are, carrying on right now. We do have a good bit of volume coming in today, about half of yesterday's volume already with less than 4 hours into the day. I would imagine today's going to be a very big volume day, and with that, we could see some volatility or continuation. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Today could be a new all-time high, guys. That'd be crazy. What? I'm going to tell you this. It's already crazy that we blasted through the golden ratio without stopping. It would be even more crazy to blast through the 786 and the 886 without stopping. But it happens. I mean, if we go back here, let's just look at this real quick. You didn't do that here. If we take a high to a low, and in fact, actually, let's take this high to a low here. You blasted all the way up to the 886, 786, right? Same thing. And you actually saw a lower low, right? From a high to a low of the overall range. You did break through the golden ratio, but you kind of stopped here at the 786, came back to the 0.5. That's modest volatility, but still some volatility. And even here, once you hit the 886, you still at least pulled back, but then you went higher. So even if you don't come all the way down to this 116.1 to 117.4K area, even if you don't do that, I would still anticipate some kind of volatility up here, right? Something that would at least take you to 120.7, if not 118.7, but it can happen. You can just move up, man. I was trying to find an example of you just moving up, but I don't know if I can. I mean, here you did, but you stopped, right? High to low. You stopped in this area. You found support at the golden ratio, which is a more bullish thing, and then you continue to move up. It's very uncommon from this standpoint here to just continue to rally, but that doesn't mean we can't. If we look at the Bitcoin liquidations over the past day, the shorts have been obliterated, to say the least. If this thing loads, maybe I have to refresh it. We'll refresh the whole thing. Oh man, I'm tired, you guys. I'm just gonna say it because I think it's safe to say at this point, but had a newborn baby girl come into this world a couple days ago, and man, I actually got good sleep last night, but I'm tired, man. I'm definitely tired. One day right now, but yeah, videos might be sparse over the coming days, over the coming weeks, months, because of that, but I will definitely keep things, I think it's an exciting time in the markets right now, and I do want to see this channel grow, and when I have time I will be making videos still. But if there's any any days where I just take a day off, or if there's less videos or they're shorter, just understand I've got other things going on here, right? I'm not gonna. It's not my first priority at the moment, unfortunately, right? This is very, very bad timing because the markets are getting very exciting, but that doesn't matter. Looking at the 1 day time frame, the main point here is that the longs have decimated the shorts, right? Still, though, even with this decimation, you guys, there's still like $1 billion worth of shorts to liquidate at 123.7K. People are still shorting on the way up. There's a lot more longs to liquidate. Absolutely there are. And if we went down to that 116K area that I was talking about, I mean, that would, that's about $3.5 billion in the last day that would get wiped out. Last 7 days here, if we look at this, the 7 day one has gotten absolutely obliterated. Yeah, longs have it by far. The shorts are just gone, man. And the 30 day has flipped back to favoring the longs over the shorts. So I guess it favors the shorts because whenever the longs are piled on more than the shorts, you would think that you go down. But we do have a very massive wall here, and it wouldn't surprise me if we moved through this before heading down. So that could take us up to 123, 125K, somewhere in there. We could get a double top look or a slightly higher high look, fake people out, make them think we're breaking out, and then come back down. Oh no, it's a double top. That's the end of the cycle. You guys understand too. First off, I'm not necessarily calling for us to do this to go up higher yet, but what I am about to say is if we go up higher, understand what's going to happen is when we correct, because if we don't correct here, I mean, I doubt that we're just going to move up in a straight line forever. When we correct after moving up, even if we move up higher or we get some kind of double top here, people are going to say the same thing that they said back here. Bitcoin double topped. It's the end of the bull cycle. Or relevant to this, Bitcoin double topped. It's the end of the bull cycle. Or what they said down here, Bitcoin double topped. It's the end of the bull cycle. It's just like last cycle, guys. It double topped. Or I don't know. Let's see. What about over here? Bitcoin double topped, you guys. It's the end. Bitcoin double topped. It's the end of the bull cycle. How many of these double tops do we have? And everybody references last cycle as clear evidence, clear proof that that's exactly what happened last time. So, and none of these double tops actually look anything like what happened last cycle. So, any YouTuber or media account that is saying that this looks just like last cycle, understand none of these double tops so far have looked like last cycle, and I highly doubt that our actual top this cycle will look like last cycle's top at all. I'm not saying that we'll go higher. I'm just saying if we do go higher, watch the world go mad with the idea that we're going to have a double top and then go down, and that means it's the end of the bull cycle. You'll know that it's not the end of the bull cycle. It's just a momentary double top until we move up higher. But looking at this here, let's go on the 1 hour time frame, get some indicators thrown on. 9 minutes left in this 1 hour. We'll see. You came down a little bit. You were looking a little more bearish a second ago when I started this video. You were down a couple $100 more. But where you are now, spinning top at the top, I suppose that could be a top candle. Let's see how, 9 minutes left. Let's see how this closes. You could definitely move up. You've got a lot of momentum behind you. That was a lot of volume in the last 1 hour time frame there. Something big happened, right? I wonder what it was, actually. I wonder if we can find out what that was, what that something big is. I'm sure some of you already know. Let's see. That's pretty cool if that's true. I don't know if that's true. Didn't I stop following this guy? I swear I stopped following this guy. Yeah, because he said some really racist backwards stuff. So I'm like, I gotta stop following you. He deleted it like the next day, but I was like, I gotta stop following this guy. He literally said some like racist and anti-Semitic stuff. Whenever people get too famous on Twitter or on YouTube and they think that they can just let out their darkest parts and that it doesn't matter. But then they regret that pretty damn immediately. Yeah, this guy did that. I mean, no offense to this guy, but at the same time, full offense to this guy. You're a false presence and a bad. I don't know. I think this guy's a bad person, whoever this guy is. But educated, definitely educated, but at the same time, total dumbass. Anyways, let's see. Is there anything? I don't see anything at all. No updates. That's okay. Maybe there's something. I'm sure if you guys go through the comments, someone will find this part of the video and be like, this is what it was. They'll leave a comment. Hopefully. If we're looking at the RSI on the 1 hour time frame, looks like there's, you're very bullish. You're all the way up at the 85. You can go higher. The fallacy of the mind here is oh, we're already so overbought, we got to correct now. But you can go higher, man. You can go to 95. The difference between 85 and 95 is way, way different than 75 to 85. Even like 80 to 85 itself is different than 85 to 90. You know, it's just incrementally stronger as we go up, harder to do. RSI looks super bullish. You're kind of at an area where you would expect to find some resistance, though, some turbulence, right? Like right there. So, I mean, maybe you do. If not, I'm not. My feelings aren't hurt. Stochastics, yeah, pretty damn bullish as well. And the MACD looks bullish as well. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we found some turbulence and turnaround soon. But again, we've got all this here to clear through. Maybe we do. I want to look at the daily time frame or the 24-hour period here. If it would load, we got to refresh it. While that's refreshing, we'll just do this. Looking at the 4-hour period here. Very bullish. Nice volume. We absolutely broke out of this downtrend with that, right? Just moved up in a very straight fashion and just nice breakout. That's really good volume, actually, you guys. And this came in today. This is the beginning of the day, the 11th of August. So not in reference to yesterday. Yesterday didn't have a whole lot of volume, but I guess that doesn't really matter because the main move happened today, and we've got the volume, man. The volume is definitely backing it up. We got the moves. MACD looking bullish is all belief as well. I mean, dude, this is incredible. You know, one of the things that made me bearish was this MACD because you had been so green for so long. I thought you needed some red, and you got some red, but it was just 2 iterations, man. You didn't come down to the 0 or nothing. You're just super, super bullish. We can get more bullisher. That's for damn sure. It does not have to stop here. Stochastics, I guess we do have a momentary double top. Look, is that right? Why is this pointed down if we've got a... What? I'm so confused. How does this work? How is this pointed down if this is up so much? I thought it was dynamic with the present time frame. I don't know. Maybe not. But overall, everything looks bullish on the 4-hour too. You're just getting overbought. And again, don't let this fallacy of the mind get to you. Oh, we're overbought. That means it's time to sell. No, you've just gotten overbought. Typically, when you just get overbought, it's a good thing, right? You look at when you just got overbought here, whenever you just got overbought here, even whenever you just got overbought here. We'll just look back at all those. You know, here, you just got overbought right here. Was that the end of it? No, you continued. And then you dropped back a little bit. Here, you just got overbought right here. Was that the end of it? No, you continued. Then you consolidated, dropped back a little bit, but you really didn't drop back too much. You continued. Here, you got overbought right here. Was that the end of it? No. You took a pause for like a day, and then you continued to rally. So you could pull back down. You could just move sideways, cool off the RSI, whatever. But I think this move's just getting started, right? As what we just saw the last 3 times. Even here, this pullback, the move continued. You broke out of this, the move continued after you got into the overbought zone. So I mean, we're just getting overbought now, you guys. I don't. Same thing with the stochastics and the MACD. I think we're just getting started with this move. With that being said, you know, the full moon was 2 days ago, and we did that full moon analysis where after the full moon, sometimes it's a day, sometimes it's 5 days, sometimes it's that day itself, we do drop and we see like a modest drop relative to whatever pump we get. It's very possible that we could go back to 118.7K. It's very possible that we could go back to 116.1K or anywhere and everywhere in between. We've got the liquidations to back it up, to back up that theory. So don't be intimidated if we go down there. I'm somewhere between thinking this move continues immediately right now and thinking we get a little bit of intense volatility, shake up the markets, and then we continue to run. You know, I would bet if we come down, as many shorts as were piled on right here before we had this move up, I bet even more shorts would be piled on at that exact same area if we move down from here. I'm curious. I'm curious to see. Or maybe even more shorts would be piled on as we moved up higher because people would think, oh, this is the time. We're going to come back down, and those shorts feed the price to move up. Looking at this on the daily time frame, daily RSI is bullish as hell. Looks like it wants to get overbought. Stochastics are bullish, and the MACD is doing exactly what we wanted to do, you guys. It's scooping the 0, coming up. Very bullish reaction. The last time that we did this over here, that was whenever we had our breakout move to new all-time highs. So that could be happening now. It looks like we're going to see some continuation on that front. Don't be surprised if we get a little bit of turbulence. The most that I could see us going down to at this point would be like 116K, somewhere around there. But I think it is really important to consider new all-time highs. Understand what we have right now. No matter what the news is, no matter what the price action is over the coming days, we are on the precipice from a time perspective and a price perspective of seeing new all-time highs. Going into the end of the month, things should be very exciting. This week could be the week that we see new all-time highs. If it's postponed for another week, don't get discouraged. Inevitably, by the end of this month, we should be at 130K and beyond. I'm thinking we'll be all the way up at 140K, 143K, something like that, 44K, up in this zone here between the 2272 and the 2618. By the end of the month and going into the end of going into September, we should be rallying higher. Ultimately, I think we're heading for targets that are somewhere between about 180K and 160K. But time will tell. Maybe even a little bit above 180K. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And yeah, that's all I got. All right, bye-bye.